Good morning, good morning, good morning, YouTube citizens. Little mother's milk right here. 6-shot latte of Ethiopian coffee. Wonderful, tastes great. Tried going to 2% milk instead of the full fat. Time to lose my belly, if you know what I mean. Anyway, again, good morning. Welcome to the Overtax Taxpayer channel. I just woke up, so that's why I'm stuttering. In this video, there's actually 2 videos. One video that I recorded like 3 days ago, that for reasons that will be conveyed to you, I just held off and put it at the end of this one. Nothing to report in silver, nothing to report in gold. Same old, up and down, a few cents here, a few cents there. Nothing to report. Crypto's the same thing. Nothing to report, kind of stagnant. Actually, crypto's was falling. It had a 24-hour low. So they fell yesterday. I need to take a look at what they're doing today. If that fall, if that decline is continuing, or if they took a step back up. I'm feeling a little better. Doctor says it's some allergies and whatnot. Nothing to worry about, but he gets in my lungs. So, another sip of coffee. I had a moment in my mind. Do I want to say anything, or do I want to have a second sip? Well, you see, I opted for the second sip. Mr. T, that's what I'm calling him, because YouTube algorithms will shadow ban me, possibly report me to new people who raided his home in Florida. Don't want to get reported to them. Don't even want to use their 3-letter acronym. It just seems to me that all the 3-letter acronyms have been militarized. They've been basically turned against the people. And we used to think that they were here to protect the homeland, United States. No, they're not. Those 3-letter acronyms are to protect the government from an unhappy citizen. That is what it's turned out to be. When we were ruled over but with unjust laws, turned into tax slaves, the people tend to get a little angry. When they want to take away your arms, it is not to protect your fellow citizen from you. They want to do it to protect themselves from you, because their plans and intentions for higher, more stringent laws and regulations upon you is what they want to do. They're afraid to push you over the edge, turn you into a true slave, while you still have the means of defending yourself, the means of defending your country. So Mr. T's home in Florida was raided. Wouldn't you know it? A judge magistrate. He really wasn't even a judge. He was just a magistrate. Who had the letter D. Again, don't want to use any party names or anything. You can see I'm trying to talk in code. He had the letter D after his name. Was more than happy to sign off on this search warrant. Now, I would like to know one question. The answer to one question. It might be a 2-part question. What was the crime that they were investigating. Because I feel, by the way things were done, including the timing, they weren't investigating a crime. They were investigating a man in search in the hopes of finding a crime, which is illegal. I find the timing very suspicious because of 2 points. The day before the raid, maybe 2 days before. I think it was actually the day before. Excuse me if I'm mistaken, one way or the other. But the day before, they passed that new bill in Congress. You know, the Recovery Act bill, where they claim it's gonna alleviate this bad economy. When 99% of the financial advisors out there say no way. Economic advisors, economic experts said no way. You know, the one where they gave $80 billion to the IRS. So everybody's guaranteed an audit once a year, pretty much. So I find that timing. We're no longer talking about that bill that was passed. I call it the Enslavement Act. I just made that up just now on the fly. Hold on a second. The Enslavement Act, because that's what it does. I've always said this. I've been saying this for many, many years. Slavery never ended. It was perfected. And it is continuously being perfected. And that's what that bill does. It continuously works upon turning you into a slave. They're not happy. See, it's funny. God is happy with 10% tithing. Not the government. It was 30%. Most people now are paying closer to 50% when you start to factor in all the taxes that they pay. Some, depending on the states, actually pay more than 50% of their income. By the time you factor in licensing, home improvement licensing. See, the word license, you're going to get a license to put it on an addition. That means nothing. It means permission to. We grant you permission after you paid us to make improvements on your home. I love that. I love that. But the second reason I find the timing very odd about that raid, I need to guzzle some coffee. I can feel my mind just slipping, was the fact that he had just left Mar-a-Lago for New York. Now, it's funny that they didn't raid those properties, just the one he had left. I think he went to New York. They just left that and they raided it. Wouldn't allow any lawyers to come in. Matter of fact, they were told to wait outside in the heat, in the humidity. So it's the timing of it was very suspicious. He had just left Florida, and the fact that the day before they had just passed the Enslavement Act, the People's Enslavement Act. See, I just improved upon my own saying right there. The People's Enslavement Act. Coming up next. Take care. Good morning. Welcome to the Overtaxed Taxpayer channel. We're definitely going to be overtaxed now. I'll talk more about that and that economic recovery plan they passed. I don't even know if that's called the economic recovery plan, but it passed yesterday. Turned us all into slaves. Slavery never ended. It's being perfected, and it was pretty damn close to perfected yesterday. We are all slaves. Heading to work. Silver about the same. I looked at it last night before I went to bed. It was like $20.15 a troy ounce. I didn't even bother looking at cryptos. They're kind of edging upwards a little bit, which is positive. So remember when they did that Green New Deal? I'm actually looking at the camera. The light is blinking weird for some reason. Oh well. I get distracted. Oh, lights. Joe Biden. Pretty lights. No, I'm just wondering if the camera's taking a battery dump. But remember when they first talked about the Green New Deal and how economics professors and all kind of analysts came out and says it's gonna just drive up the cost of everything that you buy in the stores, taxes, and then the Democrats came out, absolutely not, you're all wrong. Well, actually, the Democrats would say it's not going to add nothing to our debt. It's going to add absolutely nothing, and I'm talking about the Green New Deal, not what happened yesterday. I still got the cough a little bit, but I am feeling a little bit better. Turn on some AC. There we go. That normally helps with the coughing. Not going to add anything to the debt, the United States debt. It's going to actually pay down some debt. And economics professors and all kinds of professional financial experts said, no, we went over this. It's going to destroy the American people economically. Again, I'll repeat it. Democrats came back, no, it's not. Well, in this case, Democrats are right. The only part of the plan they didn't tell you about is how they're going to turn you into slaves. They were right. It's not going to add nothing to the United States debt, and I'll tell you why. Because yesterday they passed that economic recovery plan, whatever they wanted to call it. Had nothing to do with economic recovery at all. But $80 billion went to the IRS to audit you. You're pretty much guaranteed to be audited. Pretty much. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but that's not intentionally. This is just something I heard. Pretty much everybody can count on. Almost everybody can be counted on to be audited from the IRS now. And if you think about all the people that live in the United States, that's how they're going to offset. Yeah, that's how they're going to offset all these socialist agendas. Every little thing you do, everything you buy, they're gonna pull records from your banks. Slavery never ended. It's being perfected, and that is what they see of us. This is their world. We are the cattle. You ever notice when, no matter how bad the economy gets, it never affects a politician in an adverse way? They never have to put shit on Craigslist, or they never have to sell one of their 5 homes. Oh, Sally, we got to sell the one in Martha's Vineyard. We just can't make ends meet. I'm talking like a gay politician there. Nothing against gays, but you know my point. And can you imagine everybody being audited, banks being mandated to do quarterly reports to the IRS on everyone, so that way the IRS has a baseline on your audit. Where did you get this deposit from? Where did it come from? You said you had money underneath your mattress. Well, that's illegal now. You can't be saving money outside of the banking industry. It needs to go directly in a bank if you're going to hold on to money. Shit like that will happen. By the way, for you who have never bought a home before, and I know many of you have, I'm not talking down to you, you are not allowed to claim money that you've been. So when you put down your 20% or whatever you need to put down, it's not allowed to be. That 20% or even a fraction of that 20% down on a new home or used home. It doesn't matter. It's not allowed to come from unknown sources. Like, oh, I've been putting dollar bills underneath my mattress for the last 10 years. Won't take it. Everything has to be documented in a real estate transaction. And that's how it's going to be with the IRS. I said IRS, like IR arrest. And that's how they're going to offset all these socialist agendas. Just taxing you to freaking death and taking a really hard look at all your deposits and withdrawals. Where'd that withdrawal go to? Oh, you bought something? Did you pay taxes? Where's your proof of paying taxes when you bought that widget? Where did that deposit come from? Because we've already seen that you make $1,000 a month. We already see that deposit going in. Where did this extra $25 come from? This extra $25 deposit. Did you pay taxes on it? Well, you don't show that you pay taxes on that $25. You think I'm crazy? You think I'm off the chain? This is how it's going to happen. Slavery never ended. It's been perfected. Take care.